All right. Having successfully defeated the werewolves and the fire cultists, the decision is then what to do next.
I think we found some of them. Just kind of looking over at Saruki.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
you think?
It's a guess. He's kind of like, putting pressure on that bite that he got.
Do we want to be here? Maybe we want to kind of go a little bit more out of the way.
Yeah, I think we need to
Wanna
make some
continue
distance
down the
between.
path towards the elf camp at least, and we can decide what to do from there.
No, that's isn't that closer to cultists?
Where's the camp that you or your druid buddies came from?
No, it's
By the
towards the bugbears that you guys were killing.
empty bugbears. So why don't we just go back to y'all's?
We need to go, let's go back there, put some distance between us and the rest of these people.
Yeah, just be a little bit easier to watch our backs. I don't want the cultists to come down here and find we've got a prisoner and these dead bodies. Oh, these dead bodies. All right. I'll tell you what. You guys go down to the bug dump. Me and these two. He points to his druid friends. We're gonna get these bodies off the road.
Can Glenn check the bodies just for anything that might indicate who they were or anything that may be of value to them?
Yeah. Their swords are fairly normal swords. There's nothing inherently magical about them. But they do have the fire cult triangle thimble etched into the pommels.
I have a suggestion.
Atlas is gonna start looting while listening to Wick's suggestion.
Oh, this is me out of character.
Oh.
Yeah, out of character suggestion. Would you guys be okay if we just threw the bodies in the bonfire?
We could do that. However, my concern is that it takes a while for bodies to burn, apparently. And so someone walking by the camp will see bodies in the bonfire, and it will defeat the purpose of hiding the bodies.
Okay.
There.
I'm not going to suggest that then.
I mean, I would, if I had any choice in the matter, throw them into a river, but that is not an available option.
Wait, which triangle is etched into the sword? Technically, there's 3 different cult symbols.
It's the same. It's the same one that's on the cult line.
Is there any chance I
Oh no, that's the bull, right? It's the bull. Never mind, not the triangle. It's
I was going to say the cult line is the bull.
It's the bull. It's the
Oh,
bull.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, Wick is gonna hoist the one dude that he knocked unconscious over his shoulder and just start trucking back to the camp.
Right?
Atlas was looting for money and whatnot.
Yeah, they're not carrying money on them.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Anything on the priest woman herself of interest?
No.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
Atlas gives
her-
the priest chick a kick. Nice. He kicks those carcasses too, and then walks off.
Spiteful dick. Alright.
Head back to the camp then?
Yeah.
Okay. Glenn goes back to the camp then.
Alright. You guys do manage to get your long rest. You get half your hit dice back. So at level 3, that means you guys get 1 hit dice each back.
We're taking a short rest.
You said
Or-
long
or-
rest.
Yeah, long rest.
Unless
So
you'd
you'll get
rather.
I thought a long rest you got full health.
no. Well, you get full health, but you get 1 hit die back.
Oh, hit die. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
That means I get my rages back.
That's exactly what you get back.
And I can change my spell, so I might need half a second.
That is correct.
I'm confused about hit die.
What's the
If you
point of this
spent-
button if it doesn't do it for me?
If you spent hit dice to heal during your last short rest, you'll get 1 of those back. That's what that means.
Yeah, so I currently only have 2 hit die instead of the 1 that I did have.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. I have to. That's what the countdown is.
While we're resting, I also want to hog tie and gag the fire cultist.
Sure.
And also blindfold. Because, you know, why not? Add insult to injury, I don't care.
Cool.
Where is...
Okay, so I am going to prepare for first level healing word, fairy fire, create or destroy water, and thunder wave. And for second level, I'm going to stick with healing spirit and heat metal.
Okay.
How do I know how many hit die I have? I'm confused.
It's the number of your level, isn't it?
No, well, like, I used a hit die to heal earlier. I just don't know where to find it on here.
If you click short rest, it has 3 boxes, or it'll have how many short rests you have. If you used more than one, it should still have more. It should still have something marked.
I guess I did. Sure.
I don't remember how many. I thought you said. I think you used 2 last time.
I think I did use 2. Yeah. Cool.
So it should still have maybe 1
1. Yeah.
marked.
All right. Long rest achieved.
During said long rest, I'm just gonna pull Atlas aside and force him to do meditation with me.
I mean, Atlas will do the meditating.
But it's that mindful kind of like meditation to like feel your anger, imagine it as a ball, let it lift from your gut into your chest, breathe it out, you know, that kind of annoying meditation.
He will do the actions that Wick describes, but instead of a ball of anger, he's just imagining like he's breathing in and out his lunar energy. He's just like, ah, yes, lunar energy, so nice. After this meditative time, Atlas does wander over to August and just sort of glances around to see if the other 2 are nearby and within earshot.
Wick's fucking asleep. As soon as he was done meditating, he's like, fuck it, and is asleep.
Glenn would have probably just like done a quick pat down of their prisoner to make sure he didn't have any nasty surprises, and then just would have gone and sat in a corner like against a tree and just kind of like went into a trance.
I'll say that August is on watch.
So Atlas
Glenn
is
can be
gonna-
on watch when she's just sitting there too.
Okay.
What?
Atlas just scuffs his foot on the ground and is like, August, I want... How's your bite wound?
It's kind of stinging. Usually injuries don't really linger this long.
here's a ladybug. And he pulls out a ladybug that he found earlier, like, that has been hanging out with him. And he holds it out and he says, ladybugs are good for apologies and for thanks.
He'll smile and he's like, no worries. You know, I wanted to tell them off too. So it probably still would have gone down.
Okay. And then Atlas just walks away. And he keeps the ladybug because apparently it's fine.
Do we successfully long rest?
You successfully rest longly.
Hooray!
Upon awaking, is our prisoner friend any closer to consciousness?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, in that case, I think we should probably start asking some questions. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to take the lead on that?
I have no real skills for this kind of a thing.
Atlas feels guilty, but it feels like he shouldn't, but he does understand that he has the best base persuasion.
We can also see if Saruki wants to help.
Mm-hmm.
Did Saruki ever come back?
It takes a while to dispose of bodies, but he does eventually. He reports in and he says, I'm going to be at the other camp with people I traveled with, but I will be. If trouble happens, I'll let you know. We'll be the first to find it.
Yeah.
Alright, so Atlas is going to walk up to this prisoner dude as a means of trying to repair the damage he did by triggering those werewolves. And he's blindfolded, gagged, and hogtied.
Correct.
Can Glenn prepare guidance and cast it on Atlas?
Yeah, you certainly can.
Okay, so then any ability check you make, you can add a d4 to.
Well, the next one, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, unless
I'll
it's
also
like
go-
concentration, right?
I was waiting
Yeah.
to see if anyone wants to
I will
Yeah.
assist.
August will go up and like hold him up and
Yeah.
take off his gag.
And Saruki, he watches as you start to interrogate him and says, I would just suggest drowning the fucker, and just walks off.
We don't really know what their intentions were.
Well, worth a shot anyway.
But I am going to take out my dagger and I want him to feel it against his neck and just know that if he starts to scream, it'll be ended pretty quick.
He feels the dagger. What are you
Okay.
going to ask him?
Alright, so Atlas is going to ask, what are you trying to achieve here at this festival underhandedly? What's the true purpose of this festival?
Underhandedly, we're actually pretty open about what we're doing here. We're looking for people to join us.
And if they don't meet your qualifications?
Well, that's interesting you should put it that way. There's two ways to join us. You can either join us as brilliantly inspired wielders of the sacred flame, or you can join us as kindling. Either pleases us. It's all gonna be burnt anyways.
Colt.
No shit.
I wouldn't take pride in that.
And the woman that you were with, is she your leader?
No, she's just one of the priests.
And where would your leader happen to be at this moment? The top of the hill?
Define leader. The one who's
Who's
in
ever in
charge.
charge right now?
The person in charge of the local area. That would be Elazar. He's top the hill, doing preparations. And he's the one who's a liaison between us and Vanifar.
Anathar?
Vanifar.
Dana.
Please don't blaspheme her name.
I'm not even gonna try and write that down unless I have a spelling for it.
Do 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 do.
I wrote it down. Let's see how bad it is. Yeah, I had it right the first time.
There we go.
Okay.
And if you've already made recruitments, what are you preparing for at dawn? To
Well,
burn everyone who hasn't joined?
well, I'm going to be honest. Quite a few of these people aren't as tough as you. I'm going to be absolutely humble and honest with you. You've earned a lot of respect. You're exactly the type of ruthless son of a bitch as the Eternal Cult would like. The Eternal Flame Cult would welcome in its ranks. We don't have to be enemies.
You shot a fireball at us.
Well, to be clear, she fired a fireball at you. I did not shoot that fireball at you.
No, but you tried to hit me with a sword.
Really
Flaming sword.
pathetically too.
Well, you know.
Yeah, there's no coming back from this. You were kind of a dick.
Well, I could say the same about you.
And did you attack because we attacked your little werewolf goons?
No, they don't serve us. Oh, we were going to recruit them. They're perfect for us, but, you know.
So why did you
not-
attack?
Well, honestly, because it was fucking fun. He just chuckles a bit. Why were you in combat? That's the real question, isn't it?
Because they started shit first.
Did they, though? I don't know.
They started the fight first.
And see, that's the thing. When you're the victors, you can kind of decide what the story is. You decided they attacked first. But what if they'd beaten you up and we come across them? What if they killed you?
I don't.
Well, they would say
Can
you attacked
Put the
first.
gag back in his mouth. I don't want to listen to this.
Do you want me to gag him or do you want me to kill him?
Just gag him.
Do you think there's nothing else we can get from him?
Just gag him.
I'm just saying this out of respect. I don't take it as disrespectful.
We don't respect cultists.
Just kind of
How
one-sided.
many more of you are up on the top of the hill?
Quite a few.
Yeah.
I'd say about a
What do you
dozen.
mean?
Just gag him.
Say about a dozen.
Put the guy back in his mouth. Does.
Okay.
About a dozen.
Oh my god, can we take on a dozen of these guys?
I have never wanted to go home more in my entire life.
Do you think we should get recruitments before.
If there's at least a dozen, then we can't. If one of them did that much damage to us with Fireball,
Yeah.
there's no way we can take on a dozen.
Do we want to just
He's
try and
telling
get
the truth.
people out?
I think we should get, our friends down there away from here.
You think we should get them away from here or recruit them to help us fight them?
No, I'm talking about our little, no, yeah, not Saruki and them. I'm talking about, like, the chill dudes. They don't deserve
I feel
any
like
kind
I
of.
would ask them to help.
They're really intoxicated. I don't know if they're gonna really be much help.
Well, they were intoxicated last night. I don't know if they slept it off yet or not.
I feel like they can probably snap together if they know something really bad could happen at a festival that they think that they're supposed to be having fun at, because I'm offended. These guys will likely feel the same way, I would assume.
That's up to
And-
you guys. If you feel like they can hold themselves in a fight.
Well, at the very
Worth a
least,
try.
they've got elk. They can knock people prone.
We also still have the people with the bear.
And the crazy lady with the pixies.
I wouldn't call her crazy. I'd just call her aged.
So we have
Alright.
options to join people to join us.
Do we know the cultists are, or the people with the cult line? We just know that they're pretending to be druids, though. They could be
Yeah.
someone we don't want to trust.
Oh,
I mean, you
we
could
also don't
unjack
know
him long
that.
enough to ask him.
You think he'll tell the truth? He can hear us.
I think he's gonna use whatever sweet talking he can to make us feel like shit, or try and talk us into his side, or do what we do and just be an asshole.
I mean, there's only one way to find out.
Well, we're gonna need him in order to convince people.
I don't think we are.
What proof do we have?
I don't know. I just feel like if we just fucking frog march up there with just some random dude, they're just gonna think we just fucking kidnapped a random dude. You know what?
Maybe wouldn't shine us in the best light.
I'm gonna let you guys figure this out. I'm deferring to your judgment because I trust you guys with my life, and I want you to know that whatever you choose, I'm behind you.
It's worth a shot to convince people.
It's not.
Using him, but
I don't
them
disagree.
rather
I
than
think
Abe.
trying to get some people behind us is better than just the four of us marching, well, five of us marching up there and making a stink. But I'm afraid we're going to go up to someone, say the wrong thing, and then we are in another fight.
I feel like we can, at the very least, trust the stoner druids are genuine.
I trust
I
them.
definitely got the vibe from that.
The
We can
bear
see.
wine, the bear wine people. I mean, there's no saying that they're actually part of this group, but
Why are they lying, though?
yeah. And I'm trying to remember what they actually said. Like, I know that they lied. They just said random.
They were just like making up circles entirely. They didn't speak Druidic,
They
which
said that they were part of the sacred flame moon whatever.
I feel like if they were actually part of their group too, though, that they would say, unless they're just hired hands, like you guys said before.
I mean, we can try to ask this guy if they are part of his cult and at least see.
Yeah, if you wanna, I'll ungag them.
I think there's still questions that could be answered, or at least tried to.
Yeah, I'll ungag them.
It's like he just nods. He says, "Yeah, what can I do you for?"
The two
Have you
men.
recruited from? Oh, sorry. Are you going? Okay.
You're fine. The two men who have a lovely bear chained up. Are they of your ilk?
You mean are they members of
this
the cult of the Eternal Flame? Is that the question you want to ask?
Yes, that's the question I want to ask.
Yes, they are. They're part of our recruitment drive. This is a recruiting
Insight.
drive. Yeah, you roll it.
I don't even think it's worth even looking. 6.
You can tell that he is saying words
Uh-huh.
and that they are in a language you understand.
Uh-huh. Fair enough. I continue.
Atlas wants to roll insight.
Go ahead.
Better choice.
And Atlas does have guidance.
Fucking jail. Go back in
Plus
jail,
4,
you son of a
you said?
bitch.
A D4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, hi. So I got a dirty 20 plus 4.
Of course she did.
You actually get the sense that when he's talking about how you've earned his respect, he's being a straight shooter. He's your prisoner, so he has, lying to you or getting the sense that he's lying to you. He knows that that's not going to end well for him. But he legitimately, something about the combat, actually, he respects you and he doesn't want to lie to you. He doesn't want to deceive you, and he's not ashamed of what he's doing or what they're doing here.
When you say they're part of the recruitment drive, do you mean that they're just here, or have they actually been recruited?
No, they are recruiting.
But he said that they were part of his recruitment drive. I'm asking
Right,
if
so
he
he's-
means like
Yeah.
they just showed
Yeah,
up,
they're-
or
They're the
No,
ones.
they're recruiters.
No, they're
They're-
members
they're
of the
recruiters.
cult.
I just want to be
Recruiting people.
Yeah.
clear.
Their job is to get the first view of people that come by and kind of get a read on them. And if
What
they're,
about the? Oh, sorry. Go on.
and if they're hard asses, well, we're after hard asses.
So they're
Are
not.
there any other people at camps currently that are part of the recruitment, or one of your recruits?
Well, no one in a camp is recruited. That's not how this works. But yeah, we were gonna recruit those two guys. We didn't know they were werewolves, but that didn't exactly hurt their case. Being dead does, though.
The elk
What about
guys and the pixie
bugbear?
girl.
The pixie girl, the one with the pixies. Oh fuck, she's kindling. She's useless.
And the party druids at the first camp.
Well, they're pretty well marinated, but alcohol is flammable, so we expect they'd go up. Again, fucking useless. Like, what are you gonna do with them? They spend all their time drinking and dancing with fucking elk or whatever. It's just like, come on.
Any more
What
questions?
about the bugbears? Were they someone you were looking to recruit? I take that, or I assume they.
Oh, we were. Oh, the bugbears. Oh, yeah, we would have brought them in. You know all about bugbears. You point at them and say, "Do violence," and they go do violence. That's perfect.
So all you guys do outside of these recruitment drives is create violence for violence sake?
Well, you've seen a fire ever? It
So you
consumes.
imitate fire.
No, we don't just imitate fire. We do a little bit more than imitate fire. But you've
so
seen
you fuck
fire.
fire.
He pauses for a second. He's like, his head goes up a bit.
God,
He's
you're
like,
considering that.
well, I've seen some pretty hot fires.
They
That is not literally what I meant.
They bastardized fire.
Yeah. We can gag him again. At least we know who we can try to bring onto our side and who to avoid. or attack so that they don't come up behind us when we go up the hill.
And guides him again.
All right.
Thaumaturgy lets
So
you
we know-
control like a little bit of flame, right?
You can make a
What does-
flicker, I think.
Thaumaturgy, yeah, you can ignite something or make fire flicker, little minor fire effects.
So could I do something with thaumaturgy to where I just sort of like take some of the fire out of like one of the bonfires that were around and just hold it like on my fingers and just kind of play with it?
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
His days of wanting to recruit you guys aren't you know, that's not going to persuade him not to want to keep trying.
Oh no, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to persuade him to do anything. This is just Wick being like agitated.
Yeah, he's all
Wick found out he can do shit with fire. He's gonna do shit with fire.
It's his stimming now.
Yeah. He's like
So
rolling it
Atlas
across
is
his
going
fingers.
to point out. So we want to try to recruit people to help us. But now that he's pointed out that those two men are part of their cult, we might do better to take them out before going after a dozen others so that they don't decide to come up behind us and add to the numbers.
Well, I mean, if we're going to the top of the hill to fight and they didn't hear us halfway up the hill, they're probably not going to hear us all the way up the hill unless we make a lot more noise. But
Depending on how long it takes us to deal with those
Yeah.
12, they might be joining up for the whatever the dawn thing is. They might have already been intending.
how
to
long
make
is
their
it
way
till
up.
dawn?
it's dawn.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Like it's dawn's very soon.
Well, if it's dawn now, I would say we're best off trying
We'll see
to
what we
get
can
as many people as we can to help us and not waste time before whatever happens up there is going to happen. But it's whatever you guys think.
I don't think we have time to opt those other guys.
No.
If we
Yes,
split
yeah.
up.
Something tells me, I don't know. Something tells me we might already be known about. They're looking for hard asses. They probably expected some people to fight here.
True. So we
It's
go
hard
for
to
the
see some.
50.
It's hard to not see stuff from a vantage point on a hill.
Mhm.
Then we bolster our numbers and then head for the hill.
Well, if they're willing.
Fire isn't about mindless destruction. Fire is about growth of the new. When a forest gets so thick with the underbrush, a natural fire will come in, and when it feels that it has done its job, it will go out.
Are you wanting to join the cultists?
No, I'm saying that they are wildfire that has not figured out that it needs to go out yet.
So we're gonna put it out.
All
All right,
fire has to go out.
Go see if we have
Alright.
time to
It's
check in
fire,
with the
but
other.
fire is evil.
At this point, Saruki's returned to join you. As you're talking, it's like, so I take it you said a lot of bullshit, yeah?
He
Give us
gave
some
numbers
information.
to know how many we're likely up against,
Yeah.
and that we have a few other camps that we can try to talk into joining us before we go up that hill.
At this point, the prisoner just starts mumbling into his gag. He's like,
We don't have
August is
much
just
time.
gonna look at y'all. I almost don't care what he has to say.
Ungag him.
I want
Alright.
to know everything I want to hear.
as soon as
What?
you ungag him, he just says, "You're gonna trust that guy? He's a fucking
What?
water cultist. He's from the crashing wave."
How can we trust that?
Did you not see the cold powers?
I have gold powers. I'm not a water cultist.
Saruki, just roll insight.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
can I cast this?
Gotta
golden sight?
roll. I want to roll.
I am going to roll as
Okay.
well.
Okay. Okay. 17.
19.
Show up.
15.
You look at Saruki, and he's being very calm towards it during that. He's not denying it. And after the prisoner just says, yeah, he's in the crashing wave, Saruki just shrugs. Enemy of your enemy is your friend.
I mean, hate
Yeah.
to say it, but who's better to take out a fire cultist than a water cultist?
I have one request. Just one. When we're done with this, do not try to fucking drown me. Because if you do, I will fucking manifest the worst type of anger and chop your fucking head off.
Just looks at you and he says, I'm not a complete savage. You've been very helpful. You don't grow a cult by being a dick and backstabbing the people who help you. That's not how you grow a community.
There's a
Is
difference.
that what
Besides,
you're trying to accomplish at
I'm
the end
not-
of the day? Growing a community?
Difference
at the
between
end of the
cult and community.
At the end of the day, what I'm trying to accomplish, what our group is trying to accomplish, is not neither here nor there. Here, these guys are destructive, and they need to be drowned. And I'm here to see what they're up to make sure that they don't get out of hand. If you
I
think we're
understand
bad,
that, but you
these
still
guys
didn't
are the
answer.
worst. These guys are the worst. Right?
Her bias is
Fire.
showing.
You fair. You know what? Fair. Absolutely fair. But look, you mentioned how fire is about restoration and stuff like that. No, it's not. That's bullshit. Let me tell you what fire is all about. Fire is about consumption. Fire doesn't renew anything. Fire doesn't leave shit to fertilize the fields or anything like that. It's not the same as us. It just consumes for the sake of consuming.
Have you never
Nothing
been?
lives.
You've never been to a farm, have you? Yeah, you've never been to a farm.
Yeah. Let me tell you about farms. You know, what grows the plants? It ain't the fire. It ain't. It's the rain. It's the rain.
They use fire to renew the fields when they've gone too bad because it enriches the soil. Oh, I'm not fucking arguing with cultists. I'm gonna go take a piss. Wick's gonna get up
I
and
just
walk
wanna
Bottom
away.
line is, we're not here
I hate the
to
sun,
help.
but the sun is made of fire, and the sun helps things grow. So, I'm not arguing
Not
that.
the same. It's they don't. These guys don't give a shit about that. Like that's the bottom line. They don't
Look,
give
my
a shit
bottom
about
line
that.
is that I'm not
They-
here to help anyone, any personal cause, for any cults or any personal gain here. I will help with my sword because they have threatened the lives of other people down there. Calling them kindling, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
I will sit here and I will help you, but know that that's where the line stops.
Yeah,
once
well,
we
it's my daughter's
part, I promise you, I will not be stabbing you in the back. I remember who my friends are, and I know who
Atlas
my
wants to
enemies
roll.
are.
And at the end of the
Atlas
day,
wants to
will you
roll
tell us
insight.
what your plan is?
I've been upfront from with my plan since day one. I'm here to do something about these guys. And as our last little scuffle there showed, we are a little bit over our heads, but working together, we got out of it alive. We probably wouldn't have if we didn't work together. I want to thank you for that. You deserve respect for that.
Can we trust the people that you're with to show us the same respect?
Well, they're not a part of our group, so that's up to them. But they seem to be helpful, and they were certainly doing their part. And they lost one of their own to these assholes, so that's a thing that,
So you're the only water cultist here then?
that is correct.
Noted.
Like I said, I got no reason to hide what I am. Got no reason to hide from you. And this asshole's not going to make it out alive either way. I promised I wouldn't do anything to you, but I didn't promise shit to him.
That's fair.
I'm not objecting to him dying.
Yeah, see?
I just want to
Someone
make
makes
sure all the
sense.
cards are on the table here.
Yeah.
All right, we don't. Again, let's reiterate. We don't have much time. Are we trying to convince the drunk druids and the pixie girl to try to help us out here?
If you want, I can just run down there and chat to the druids and we can split up. Try and talk to both of them and see if we can meet up and not waste any time here.
We could always use a few more bodies.
And Saruki's druid
Hey, let's
companions.
not refer to them as bodies.
At least
They're
We're all
not
bodies.
kindling.
I
They're
don't
not
think
fodder.
semantics are important
We need
right
help.
now.
I get what you're trying to say. But what I'm trying to say is that we don't have numbers, so we do need more numbers. Bigger crew, if you will. You prefer that term?
Yeah.
All right.
The skills of others.
But I'm also going to be honest with you. I'm not sure they're all going to make it out alive either way.
And that's
I think
unfortunately
we
the
give
price
them
of
the
war.
choice. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we give them the choice, and if they're
Yeah.
druids who care about this land and
Yeah, I'm
taking
not going
care of
down
the
there to
natural
force them. I'm
state,
going to ask.
go ahead.
That's their choice to make.
they can lay down and get burned in the fire, or they can fight.
And I
Yeah.
think they'll want to listen to me at least.
I think Glenn should go talk to the elk guys. Either me or Wick go with her, and then either me or Wick go with Atlas to talk to the pixie girl.
I think that's a lovely plan. Who wants to babysit Glenn?
All right, I'm
Wait.
The
back.
real question is, who wants to babysit Atlas?
What did I miss?
One tank goes with
Your
one
charge.
caster.
Oh, I always go with
Fire or
Glencora.
ice? What's it gonna be?
I'm going with Glencora. That's who I go with.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Alright.
let's go. I'm not wasting any more time.
All right. We'll
Saruki, will you be speaking with your druid companions?
Oh wait, before we go, real quick, as I'm walking by, I'm gonna stop in front of the fire cultist. Is his gag still on?
Yeah.
yes.
All
Well,
right,
no, it's actually not because he's been.
I thought I regagged him. Okay, my bad.
I'm gonna drop
I
down
did
in
take it
front of
out.
him and like lean in, so not whispering, but like voice low. How do you want to go out?
You really
So
think
how
he's got an answer other than fire?
He just looks at you. Is that how it's gonna be? Eh?
How do you want to go out?
He just nods. He says, "Well, funeral pyre. I think that's how I'd like to go."
Okay, and I slit his throat.
Dang, yeah.
Atlas is genuinely laughing right now.
Saruki's just like, "That's cold, man."
That was wonderful, Wick.
When, I'm sure that he said I'm gonna actually, like, roll him into the bonfire, because, it'll take a while, but we're not gonna be here.
Fair enough.
So Glenn to the drunk druids. Saruki will take care of his buddies.
Yeah, they're.
I'll go talk to the prancing
I've had
ponies.
I already had a chance to talk to them. They're on board.
Cool.
I didn't let them know about my situation, but I let them know about
That's
the
your
bigger picture.
prerogative.
And I guess we'll meet back up at the base of the hill with anyone who's willing.
Sounds
Yep.
good.
All right. Glenn.
Yeah.
It's a little bit quieter at their camp. They're just waking up, and they're making some stew for breakfast. As you approach and say, "Hey, come on. Would you like some stew, my friend?"
Glenn kind of shakes her head and offers greetings in Druidic. I'm never confident on that one.
Oh,
And then says, "No, we're not here for anything as nice as breakfast. Unfortunately, we've got some bad news that I need to talk to you about."
all right. Come sit down. What's going on? You seem
She grabs a
distressed.
spot by the fire wherever they're sitting and kind of like waits for Wick.
I am either right next to her or I stand behind her.
Well, we've had some certain, I don't know what we're going to call it, visits while we've been here by people who aren't so friendly.
Altercations.
And, sorry?
Altercations.
Altercations. And we found out that this festival is a cover for a fire cult recruitment. This is not something for druids. They're trying to hurt people. We need help to stop them.
So less a mystery cult and more like a cult.
Yep. We've got fire cultists, and they're going to do some real damage here unless someone can stop them. And we're hoping that maybe you can help us.
Well, what can we do?
Honestly, I don't know what your skills are, but we need all the help we can get when we go up to the top of the hill and maybe encounter the people in charge. There might be fighting. I do have to warn you, it might be dangerous. But it's going to be dangerous if we don't do anything, and at the very least, a lot of plants and potentially animals are going to die if we don't do anything.
If you
Well,
don't,
then I guess we have no choice.
You'll help then?
Oh, your sister.
I appreciate that. We need to
And
work together to make sure we've got this under control. We don't think we have much time. Whatever's going to happen happens at dawn. So we better move fast and meet everyone else if that works for you.
all right, we'll be ready.
Thank you.
I appreciate you letting us know, and would hate to have been in the dark.
Well, you offered us friendship when we first arrived here, and we just want to do everything we can to let you know what's going on and hopefully do the right thing.
All right.
We will meet you at the hill top or going up the hill at dawn once you gather your stuff.
We'll be there pretty quickly.
Okay. Anything you want to add, Wick?
if you have anybody that doesn't want to fight, I would suggest sending them with your elk out and then warning other people that this is a fire cult and that they want to burn everything and also fuck them. That's about it.
Alright. Think of it a little bit suspicious. There's not a lot of actual nature stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Yeah, well, we'll be there.
Okay, so we're gonna maybe head back up the hill and wait for at the meeting point.
On our way up there, can I do something?
Yeah.
What is the thing?
I'm gonna pull a braided rope bracelet that I've just sort of been making quietly, like when I'm sleeping, and just sort of give it to Glenn.
Oh, Glenn looks notably touched and ties it around her arm and just kind of like squeezes his wrist and smiles. Says thank you.
He just shrugs.
Hmm?
Okay, that was all.
Cute.
All right.
Cute.
Atlas and August.
All right. So Atlas takes the lead, approaching the
Her name was Gariana.
Gariana's campfire, and to see if she's awake, how the pixies are.
The pixies are one of them is unconscious, bathing in a mug of some sort of drink.
As one
The
does.
others, and the other one is just passed out, face down, ass up, in the most goofiest pose.
And the lady.
Well, Giriana is just sitting there munching on some bread. Oh, hello! Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you here for the you ready for the wicker band ceremony?
Afraid
We're
it's not
getting-
as an exciting of an event as you would think.
Oh, do tell, do tell.
Unfortunately, the Wicker Man, the Wicker Giant, is not the only thing they want to set on fire. They have all intention of making you and anyone else that does not align with them part of this bonfire, as they're kindling, as they say. They are cultists of the eternal
Dear.
flame.
Oh dear. Well, that won't do. I don't quite want to be on fire.
I would
We
imagine
have
you wouldn't.
intentions on trying to stop them. We've stopped a few, but unfortunately we've been informed that more are at the peak of the hill. We're
Okay.
seeking assistance if you're willing.
Well, I'm not much of a fighter. I know a few spells, but I'm not really much of a fighter. But wait, hang on. She says, maybe I can help you another way.
Yeah. We're not asking anyone to lay down their life if they're not comfortable, but
I'm
know
just not
that
sure I'd be of much help, is all. But I'm not,
Any spells you have are always helpful,
Well,
especially if they're ranged attacks, which keeps you at a safer distance, but still allows you to aid in whatever spells you have.
I know how to throw some fire, but that seems like it would be counterproductive.
We have learned that is slightly
Yeah,
less
it did.
useful.
Yeah. So, I do have a couple things. Here, I got a couple scrolls.
Might be a bug use.
So he hands you 2 scrolls. One is of the spell Lesser Restoration, and the other is of the spell Skywrite.
All right. I think I know that.
Skywrite lets you make a message in the clouds in the air.
Oh.
You can cause up to 10 words to form in the part of the in the sky. I don't know if these are going to help, but you know. And yeah, they're like in the sky, so people can see that from quite a distance.
Are they wizard spells?
They are well, like druid spells.
Druid spells.
But I believe a wizard can cast Skywrite. That much I can say. Give me 1 second, though. Scroll's gonna scroll, right?
Yeah.
Scrolls. Scrolls. Helps if I look at the index, doesn't it? Go straight to that. I'll find it eventually.
We're in no rush.
Yeah, all that's required is that they're on the spell list. Skywrite is a wizard spell, alteration, and Lesser Restoration is on the druid spell list. So,
Just wondering who to give them to.
let me check one more thing. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Skywrite is...
I think it's a druid and...
It is bard, druid, not sorcerer.
No, I already figured that out.
Yeah. But, yeah. Wizard, druid, or bard.
I feel like Glenn has good intuition. Maybe we should give this to her.
I agree.
She usually knows when to do things.
So then,
if she can make use of them, I'm glad to offer some help at least.
Yeah, we appreciate that. And yeah.
Are you going to flee? Make certain that you get to a safe distance?
I'm not so worried about myself, but these two, they're she just like bites her lip a little bit, and she's like, I'm
like
afraid
Flex wants to come fuck some shit up.
Yeah, the problem is that you kind of they're not very helpful. they're more likely to fuck things up for you guys than actually be helpful.
You think so?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm honest when I say we need any help we can get, but we're also not here to force anyone to do anything that's dangerous.
I'll talk to them. I'll let them know the situation, and we'll let them decide.
Fair enough. I feel like Flix has a little bit of a need for violence, though.
It's just tough talk, I'm sure.
I mean, it could be.
You know, Pixie's got a pixie, you know.
Out of character, is the pixies elemental?
They are Fae.
They're Fae. Okay. So they don't have an elemental alignment.
My people.
I mean, some Fae can be elementalish,
Okay.
but they're not. So elemental means they're from or related to the inner elemental planes,
Okay.
which are kind of like parallel worlds that are based around around the elements. Whereas Fae means they're from the Feywild, which is a parallel world based around, well, fairies and all that sort of thing. The fairy world.
My people.
Yes, Goose people. And there's other planes as well. There's the outer planes, which is where the dead go. Not the realm of the dead, but you know, the afterlife. You know, like your heavens, your hells, your limbos, etc. There's the Shadowfell, which is the place of death, which is like that permanent kind of pall and stuff like that. The kind of intermediary place. There's also the ethereal plane and the astral plane, which go between the inner and the outer planes respectively. And then there's like the night, the far realms, and this and that and the other thing. So all the other universes get very complicated. But in terms of monsters, elementals are from the elemental planes for the most part. So you're obviously your elementals, like your fire elementals and stuff like that. Your water weirds, your genies, your Dao, your Ifriti, that sort of thing. Your rock monsters.
Well, if they decide they want to assist, tell them we're about to meet at the bottom base of that hill. But again, I hope that you would go find cover if you don't want to participate.
And she starts to kind of pack up a little bit, recognizing that this is not something she can exactly delay. If shit's gonna go down, shit's gonna go down.
Yeah.
As for us, we will head back. And
Yeah, we'll head to the.
You get safe.
Thank you for your assistance.
Yes, thank you. And they're gonna head back to the meeting point.
Right. The party rejoins.
And Atlas and August can provide the scrolls to
And
the wizard and Glenn.
So, Tsuruki actually, he waves. He can't, and that's not his deal.
Oh.
Yeah, he can't act. He can't do Skywrite, and he can't do Lesser Restoration. He is a completely different thing.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was a cleric.
No, he's not a cleric. He's a priest, but he's not a cleric.
Okay.
I thought he was a cleric, and then I thought he was a wizard.
Yeah, no, he's his own thing.
Okay.
Cult shit.
Cult shit.
Cult shit.
well, we might not have gotten some assistance in numbers, but she provided us with some spells.
So was Glenn getting lesser restoration? Sorry, I was kind of zoned out for a second there.
So
Druids. Can druids use?
Druids can use spell scrolls. Anyone can use a spell scroll if it's on your spell list. And so, but the way it works is, you spend an action, you use up the spell. It's a one-shot thing, but it's a free casting of it that does not use your own resources.
This doesn't get rid of lycanthropy, does it?
So like
a lesser
the
restoration.
Not less
restoration
restoration.
we could save
So
until
I'm
like
starting to
you're
warm up
alive.
to it more and more.
That's not good.
I don't want two wolf characters, but you know,
Well, there's a
Just, you
difference.
know.
There's a difference between Rhea as a werewolf and then
yeah.
August as a werewolf.
But let's
And we
see what
talked about that. I think you were making Rice Krispies or off to get Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wick is probably also just kind of sitting down while he waits, probably braiding more bracelets.
Oh my god.
You let me have this drink.
I'm letting you have this. It's just too cute. Just friendship bracelets everywhere.
Yep. Also,
Probably even have those little cube beads in it with like your names.
candy beads.
Candy beads, yep.
Yeah, Glencora's has an acorn on it.
Dear God.
So is Saruki and the druids and the drunk druids arrived?
They do.
Cool.
are we wanting to go up the hill, or how's everyone doing for sleep?
Well, we're as ready as we're ever going to be.
Well, no, I mean like out of character. Is anyone?
I mean, we're fully healed, fully ready. I wish I had bought more healing potions.
But like you're awake enough to.
Oh, me?
Us.
I was hoping that we were going to get to a stopping point before we get to the big guys.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Same here.
where?
Yeah, I was actually going to say it is getting late.
Yeah.
It is 9 o'clock here, and this is a natural.
Anticipating a good, yeah.
This is a natural stopping point. You've rallied the forces. You've got everything together, and you're ready for the last stand.
We've committed light and gruesome murder.
Murder, more murder.
It was in self-defense mostly, except for the war crime.
I put it back in the fire when I was done with him.
Fuck, that's the way to put it.
Alright, I'm gonna stop the recording.